Hello everybody, how are you guys today? Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to use the Geometry Dash editor with everything else and like the basics pretty much. I know that some people need help with certain things, so I'll put chapters in this video, meaning that there'll be sections. So if you need help with any of these, I have the tutorial for it. So first of all, I'm gonna teach you the basics, you know, like changing music, background color, ground color, and then I'm gonna move on to triggers, and then decoration, and everything else. So, let's get started. So, I know somebody that is struggling on making levels, and he wants to know how to make really cool levels. So, he's struggling a bit with certain stuff, so I'm gonna pull out this out. So, this right here is the pause button. The first thing I would recommend is show hitboxes. Always show hitboxes. Hitboxes can be very useful for certain stuff, so you don't make super overpowered, like pretty much impossible levels. So, enable that, and click on this. And I would recommend 3 buttons per row, like 12 buttons per row, and then 3 button rows. That's my recommendation. So then you can see everything at its fullest. With the hitboxes, that means in spikes you can actually see the actual hitbox, which, if you don't know, is just a small rectangle. If it was the actual full hitbox, the fixed hitboxes people call it, demons would be impossible, pretty much. But, that's what hitboxes do. So, now, let's get started. You see the settings button right here? Go ahead and click it. This is, the settings menu on the level. The level settings menu, pretty much. I'm gonna show you what everything does. So right here, BG, that means background, G means ground, and G2 is ground 2. Pretty much, you click on these, and you can change your color to whatever. So, let's just do, like, this color. Yeah, I like this color. Let's do that color for there. And let's make the ground, like, purple and black. So, currently, you don't see anything here because it's black. That's why you have this. This is the ground and background. Let's start off with the background. I'm going to do, let's just do this one. I like this one. And then for ground, we'll do, like, let's do this one. So now you can see the actual grass. It's purple, and then you can see the background having a custom, cool design. So yeah, that's kind of how you make the level design like that. Now I'm gonna teach you how everything works. So first of all, this right here is the font button. You can change font on text here. I'm gonna put font 5 because why not? This changes the font on the attempt text, and also in text in general if you spawn any. Here you can configure the speed, so like it can be super fast, or it can be extremely slow. So yeah, I'm just gonna use the default speed for now. But yeah, line, it's literally just the color of lines on like certain blocks. So let's just take this for example. The edges are white, but if I change this to like red, it would normally be red. But no, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's on like certain stuff. Yeah, I forgot how to use line. I'm not gonna lie. I don't use line that much. Don't use it. I'm gonna teach you middle ground. So this is middle ground. Let's just use the bushes. This just shows like this thing here. This is what you see. It's the middle ground. I'm pretty sure you have art class in your school. Do you not? You should have been taught this already. You can change the color of your middle ground to be anything. So if you make it like middle ground 1 blue, middle ground middle ground, you know, 1 black and 2 blue, it's way more detailed. So you should like do middle ground being black and the middle ground 2 being your color. So as you can see, this looks pretty cool, but it doesn't match with the ground, so we'll go ahead and make this like purple-ish. So now it looks like this. which is pretty cool. I don't use middle ground that much, but if you like middle ground, go for it. I would recommend it. I'm gonna change the grass to be green. Yeah, and then I'm gonna make the ground to be like dirt color, pretty much. So around right there. Yep, there we go. And now Minecraft, pretty much. Now that's how the basics of that. I'm gonna show you a game mode. So, here, wait, I'm gonna show you, here. So, I'm gonna select a random sound, or audio, I don't know, here, wait, let's do non-copyrighted. Yeah, I don't really care. That one. So, this is classic mode. It goes from left to right. Platformer, you can move yourself. So, yeah, that's some stuff. That's what you need to know. Music. So, you can, if you want the default Geometry Dash music, you can use these ones. These are the main levels. And you can use any of these. It depends on what's the newest and what's the oldest. So, yeah. If you want a custom audio, you want to click here, custom, and select custom song. Here you have 3 options. Newgrounds, which will take you to the Newgrounds website on Google or whatever your browser is. Music library is, well, a music library. And NCS, which stands for non-copyrighted songs. So that's why I selected the song you just heard. I'm gonna go in my saved here. These are levels you or songs you downloaded from any of these, or a level you played. So I'm going to use what's a good song? That sounds really good. I'm not really sure, but just to be safe, I'm gonna use one of these. This sounds pretty good. Yeah, this sounds good. Build up. Yeah, we'll use this one. If you want to make your audio like start at like on a certain second, you can click here, which you can use a start offset. So I'm gonna put like 30 or 40. What was it? Yeah, it was like 39. Here, right? Yeah, that's good. I'll make it fade in and fade out. So yeah, that means the song is gonna start right there. Yeah. That's pretty much that's the basic stuff. That's all you need to know. But yeah. Here in the options, this is if you want to be in mini game mode, 2-player mode, so it's a dual mode, flip gravity, so you're on the top instead of the bottom, reverse gameplay, so you go right to left, dual mode, which 2-player mode is literally 2 players, so you can control 2 at once, and then mirror, or no, dual is. I suck at explaining stuff. I'm sorry, guys. Mode. This is what game modes you are currently at. So. Oh no, my music's gone. Here, wait. Let me bring this back. I used this one. Yeah. All right. There. We're back to normal. Yeah, you can change your game modes and everything. So, like, there was ship, and then here's wave. But yeah. I don't know why I started, like, 10 times. But yeah, there's that. So yeah, that's pretty much the basics on here. There's nothing really much you need to know from there. So, let's get started with everything else. I said settings and then triggers. Alright, let's get started with triggers. So to find triggers, you wanna click right here where it says call, which stands for color or colors, and you will see all the triggers here. There are 4 rows if you did the 12 buttons per 3 rows. But yeah, here's everything. at its peak, I guess. But yeah. So do you want your level to change colors in the middle of the level? Well, guess what? Now you can. With the call trigger, aka color trigger, you can change the background or object color or the ground in general, anything really. So in order to do this, you want to spawn a call trigger and go to edit object, which is at the very far right. Click on this, you'll bring up to the select color menu, which looks fairly similar to the background color that I just taught you. So what you are going to want to do is select your color. So I'm going to make it like a violet-ish color. And then you're going to click, if you want it to be your background or anything else, you're going to click on this plus, and you're going to select VG for background, G1 ground, and G2, which is like the top of the ground, line, object, and pretty much everything else. I'm going to use background for this, and instead, fade time is pretty much the duration to get to that color fully. So in this case, I'm going to use 1, aka 1.0. So yeah. Blending, I'm pretty sure this was like decoration, or like to like match with decoration on your colors or something like that. Copy color, you could just change the color. Player color number 1, so if you wanted to only be for, well, that, then yeah. And then touch trigger, you have to touch the cube radius, so you have to touch this in order for it to change colors. And then spawn trigger, which will always spawn where you place it. So in this case, I'm going to use it right here. So as you can change, as you can see, it turns light blue, which I requested a light violet type of color. Yeah, like that. Yeah, that sounds good. Now, another trigger that you may want to use or need to use if you want to make pretty cool levels that seem and look like that you put effort into. I present you the move trigger. I'm gonna make a small little level right now, just to like get this started. Here is a little bit of decoration tips. If you want basic, bare minimum decoration, you can do stuff like this. Or you can, if you can make it like revolving only on that block, so you can use these, and you can like decorate like that. So yeah, you can do that. And then if you're lazy like me, you can just use this, put it like that, and then just like flip it. Here, I'm gonna grab the call trigger and like move it upwards, like all the way up there, and then I'm gonna make it like a very simple straight fly. And I'm gonna copy this, and I'm gonna put it like upside down and right there, and I'm gonna make this like, like 1, 2, 3, like that. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm gonna put like a mini portal right here, I guess, and then normal right there. Yeah, that seems basic. So to use the move trigger, you're obviously gonna need an object, which I'm gonna teach you how to use groups, group IDs, and everything with every trigger. So obviously, spawn in your move trigger. And select what you want. So in this case, I'm going to grab this, and I'm gonna make sure it goes like right there, pretty much. And then 1, 2. So it looks like this. It looks absolutely garbage. I know. I probably shouldn't have done that 1, 2, 3 thing. Here, let me like fix my mistake. 1, 2, 3. No, wait, it was down. Here, wait. You know what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. Let me put this back as well. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, like right there. Alright, so I'm gonna move this. You're gonna. Alright. Not yet. Alright. In your move trigger, click on edit objects, and you're gonna set up everything. I'm gonna teach you everything. except easing. All right, you should know easing by now. All right, like it's in like pretty much every game that has a creative mode, pretty much. So I'm gonna put easing out because I like that. Usually, I don't know. Actually, let's use ease out. All right. And I want it to take 75 seconds, 0.75, and that's for our basic stuff. What I want it to do is I want these to be like here at the center, and then right around like right here it moves upwards, so you can actually like see. I want it to do that. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to click on Edit Group. Make sure you select all of your objects. I recommend using swipe in free mode, and sometimes rotate on. But yeah, click on Edit Group, and then click on Next Free. This is for whatever you have next. I'm gonna click on Add, and you'll see the number you placed right here. Congrats, you just made a group ID. That object is set to have that group ID. So once a trigger or anything else calls on that group ID, the object that has that group is called and does its function. So I'm gonna place this right here, and I'm gonna give this these 3 spikes another one. I'm gonna give this 2 because I want well, these ones to move. No, not you. I want these to like move downwards while those move upwards. So you're gonna have to duplicate this pretty much. So duplicate your move to be twice. I recommend like right above each other. And we're gonna make it simple. Top move is for the top spikes that are upside down, and bottom move is for the normal spikes. So let's start off with the top. In move, click on Edit Objects, and put your group ID as whatever it was. In this case, 1. And then you want it to ease out upwards. So you're gonna make it move. It's 10 is like 1 full block, and 20 is like 2 full blocks, and then like 5 is like half a block. So it's like right here. So in this case, I want it to move upwards 10. So we're gonna make it positive. So 10 like that. So it will move upwards. Here, wait. I want to make sure everything's in place. Yeah. And then down here on the 2, we want it to be 2, and we want it to move down -10. So it will move like that. Really cool. So that's some basic stuff if you want. You can exploit it with a lot of things. But just for the sake of this tutorial being short, that's that. Sorry, I just like the animation. Anyways, yeah, that's how you use the move and call trigger. Now, do you want to change the background in the middle of a level, and you don't want one background for the entire level, or the ground, or a middle ground if you have one? Well, that's what these triggers are for. They're really basic, and it's really simple. It's easy to learn. So I don't really need to use all of the triggers because they're all pretty much the same thing. So I'm only going to use the background trigger. When you place this down, it'll be the same thing really. It's just the same in the editor. But in the game, it changes to the default Stereo Madness background. So click on Edit Object and click on BG background and click on the Stereo Madness background, and I'll set you up to this menu. This is pretty similar, isn't it? Choose the background that you want. In this case, I'll use this one. And when you get to that part in the level, it will change into that. Sadly, there's no easing or fading on switching backgrounds, so it's always instant. So yeah, you can like pretty much make the most random levels with this. So I'll just make that turn into that, and then just turn into normal Stereo Madness background, and you'll see it change a lot. You can make pretty interesting levels through that. And also, if you grab the call trigger and make it change the background color and to 0, which is instant, then you could get the pretty interesting results. So you could get really cool levels here, which is sure, mint, or yeah, let's just go green. So yeah, it'll look like this. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, that's how you use those. Next up, I'm gonna be teaching you the I don't know the stop in my opinion. I think it's literally, oh yeah, it just tells you to, if something like this keeps going on infinitely, put this on like 1 and it will stop moving. So that's the stop trigger in like 2 seconds. Here's the Pos Trigger, one of my favorite triggers. Not much people use this, I don't think. Like 50-50 the community uses this. This is the Pos Trigger. You can use this for lots of things. You can use it for objects. In this case, we'll be using this saw. And you could also use it for the background. So we'll make this like right here. So if you want it to literally be like a pulse that's like kind of quick, I recommend doing 10, 10, and then 0.05. That's like a real pulse. Now, yeah, click on Edit Object. I recommend this, but if you want it to be longer, make it longer. But yeah, we're gonna use this for now. And then you're gonna click on the plus and background. Then you're gonna change it to the color you want. I want it to pulse purple. So in here, you can see it turns purple. But in order to change it a little bit more, we're gonna use another pulse trigger for this saw. So here we're gonna make it pulse blue. How about that? Same duration, 0.5. Except we're gonna take this and we're gonna make it object. And this is an object, is it not? So pretty much it should change the color. Yeah, as you can see through the lines of that, it changed color. Here, I'll just duplicate this many times. And I like straight fly a lot, I don't know why. So I'll just like, it's too much. Like right there. And I'll move these all the way up there. Half upwards here. So like right here, you'll see the objects pulsing, as you can see. So that's a tutorial of that, but I wanted to pulse like 3 times, so we'll do it like that. Why did I die? Yeah, I know why I died. Don't literally ask me that, or answer me that. Yeah, that's the tutorial of the pulse. Next up, we have, Alpha Trigger. This one used to save you so much time, and it's used literally to make either objects transparent, or to make them completely non-existent, invisible. But sadly, Geometry Dash, well not really sadly, but Geometry Dash added this update where in Edit Object, if you click on Extra, I'll teach you this, don't worry, they added this hide trigger, or the hide option, so it just completely is invisible. So the Alpha Trigger is more useless, but don't worry, it's still getting used a lot, because I'm going to teach you how to use it. So, always put this, and I mean always, because, or not always, but like, most of the time, put this at the beginning of the level. So like right behind this white line, that's the star, by the way. And people always did this. You put it here, and then you click on Edit Objects, and Fade Time 0, and then Opacity 0. That's how to make it invisible. But I want it to be half invisible, so we're gonna do 0.5. And then for your group ID, you're gonna click here and next free, but do not click on add because I'm using the trigger. So now we know it's gonna be 3, so we're gonna put 3 there, and then we're gonna go all the way over here to this saw, and we're gonna put 3 here. So this will now be semi-transparent. So yeah, that's a tutorial of that. If you don't want it to be invisible at the start, you can bring it like here to the level, like far into the level, like right here, and then now it'll turn invisible as soon as right there. But if you want it to have actually like take a second to turn invisible, yeah, you can do this. So it like fades. So that's pretty cool. if you like levels like that. Yeah. You can make some pretty interesting stuff through this. Really interesting. Yeah. So that's the alpha trigger. Now, the toggle trigger, toggle trigger, it's fairly simple. Literally, it just makes an object instantly disappear. It's pretty much just the alpha trigger that I used here, except it deletes itself, pretty much. Not the toggle trigger, but it deletes whatever it's assigned to. So, if you put just, like, this huge, wall here, let me just fix that. If you put this huge wall here, pretty much you would normally die, because it's in the way. Like, what do you expect? Unless you put, like, a tiny gap or something like this or like that. But, like, no, like, it's just there if it's full. If you want this to, like, if you want to be fancy, use the move trigger. But, like, if you want it to be basic, use the toggle trigger. So, this is how you use the toggle trigger. So, for the toggle trigger, make sure you grab all of your parts that you want to disappear. Click on Edit Group, and then Next Free. In this case, it will be 4. And in here, in the toggle trigger, we're going to click on Edit Object, and we're going to put 4. And click on Activate Group, since there's multiple parts. And literally, what that does, here, wait, I'm going to teach you the start as well. Start, pause. This is used for testing. You just spawn right there. But make sure you edit the settings to how you have it. So in this case, ship. So yeah. But yeah. The toggle literally just gets rid of an object, pretty much. So in this case, it didn't work, probably because of Activate Group. So don't use Activate Group. But yeah, as you can see, it disappears, so it's not existent. So yeah, that's what the toggle trigger does. Now here's a side tutorial on the toggle trigger. There is something called a toggle orb. It does pretty much the exact same thing as the toggle trigger, except that you have to manually click on the orb. So right here, I'm gonna like place this, and I want it to here, wait, let's go to Edit Group, Next Free, in this case 5. We're gonna put Edit Special, and then put this to B5. Not Touch Claim. Touch Claim, Claim Touch is where if you at least phase through the orb, it counts. But if you disable that, you have to click it like a normal orb, like this. So yeah, there's that, and we're gonna put like some huge menacing saws, like that. I don't know. And then put all of this to be 5, and then this will do the same thing as that. So disappear, and it didn't disappear. I wonder why. It's because you didn't click. So you have to click. So yeah, you have to click it to disappear. This is usually used as a cube. So yeah, that's a tutorial on that. Now, next up on what I know and can teach you, is the rotate trigger. No, I don't know the spawn trigger. Shush. Shh. But yeah, here is the rotate trigger. It's kind of complicated. If you want something like a spike that is for some reason randomly weirdly big, you can just rotate this, so it can just move like this, pretty much. You want it to move like that. Alright, here's a simple tutorial on how to do that. Click on your object, click on Edit Group, Next Free, in this case 6, and then in your rotate trigger, make sure that in degrees, it goes all the way to the right or all the way to the left. Then you're going to make sure you see how long it takes to turn. So in this case, I'm probably gonna do 3.5, and I'm gonna do ease and out. I want my target group to be 6. I think it was right. It was 6. Yeah, it was 6. So don't worry about the center group. I'll teach you that in a sec. So now, this rotates slowly. The reason why is because this heavily affects on your easing. If you want it to act like the saw is pretty plain and it just turns, just keep it at none, and yeah, it just turns. Which in this case, I'll just leave it like that. So this is gonna heavily use ship gameplay. But yeah, you can make levels like with this. A lot of people use this trigger. Yeah, this is pretty much it. Just like it rotates. Yeah, like, it rotates. There's nothing else wrong with that. It just rotates. But I'm not done with this tutorial because let's just say, like in Finger Dash, there are 4 spikes that are like kind of far apart from each other, and you want all of these to like rotate pretty much, like in a circle. I'm gonna teach you how to do that, and it's a little bit more complicated than these ones because it requires another group ID and another object. So here's my best suggestion on how to do this. First of all, make whatever you want to rotate that has multiple objects in it, similar to this, and you want to go on the decoration tab, the one that has the hexagon. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's a hexagon, I think. Yeah, I'm not counting. I'm tired. Yeah, click on here, and in this case, we'll use the empty circle. Place it at the center of where you want to rotate. Click on Edit Group, Next Free, in this case 7, and put 7 on there. Now do Edit Group again, Next Free, which is 8, but do not add it, because then you want to select all the objects you want to rotate around the center, which is the circle. So in this case, put 8 on there. 7, center, 8, out. That's what I'm going to use. So you want all the spikes to rotate to the right, what should I say. Or the left. It could be anyway. Duplicate the rotate trigger from earlier or make a new one with the same instructions. Turn target group to be 8 and center group to be 7. Center group is, well, the center, and target group is the outer. I recommend easing to being none, but you can make it go fully left or fully right. But wait a second. These aren't forever, Max says. Huh. I want it to be on loop. How do I do that? Well, this is a tutorial for both. Click on either rotate trig or both, and click on the pause menu. In here, there's a button called Create Loop. Click on that, and it instantly creates 2 spawns, triggers, and that. And it will make this infinite. I can't showcase it like that, but yeah. Do this with the same here if you want it to be infinite, which I'm pretty sure you do. And yeah, as you can see here, these rotate, and it seems to be forever now, and these also rotate. So yeah, that's a tutorial on that. There's another extra things you might want to know. I want to have a level like Limbo, you know? There are spikes that you could walk through. Like, how can you do that? I'm not gonna recreate a spike. I don't know how to make a gradient. Well, don't worry. Calm down. I'll teach you how to do this in less than literally 10 seconds. We're gonna have a spike, another spike, and then our fake spike. On the object you want, which in this case is an object that kills you, which is like a spike, a saw, or a clubstep monster, like one of these, or that's not a clubstep monster, that's a monster, but like a clubstep monster with teeth or whatever. Yeah, click on your spike or anything else, click on Edit Group, Extra, and then No Touch, Passable. No touch means you don't die, passable means you can walk past. And hide if you want to make it invisible, non-existent. Why did you place it in the first place? But yeah, otherwise just leave those, and you can phase through this. So you can also do troll levels like these. Place a saw here and there, except these two do passable no touch, and you won't die to them. So after all of this, these are fake. Oh wait, I forgot to make a cube. Or not a. Let's just do this cube all around. All right, there. Yeah, I'm tired of the spawn being right there, so we'll move it like right here. So yeah, these are fake, although that one's real. So if you want to make troll levels, this is used a lot. So yeah, you can create levels like this. Simple random troll levels. So that's nothing to do with triggers, but yeah. Anyways, back to the triggers tutorial. Yeah, so this is the camera zoom trigger. There is the static, offset, GP off, rotate, edge, mode, guide, all of that. Yeah, I'm not going to teach you those. I genuinely don't care. I'm just going to use zoom, because zoom is all you pretty much need. So zoom is like the default cube. That's your radius. So we're going to leave that as is, and then right here, we're going to make you zoom out. So over here is the more closer, over here is the more farther away. So if you want to be super close, you can do 2.500. And then we'll do ease in and out, and then duplicate this in just 0.400, and you could make the most random stuff out of this. Look at this: normal, close, and then far. That's what you can do with the zoom trigger. You can do lots of stuff with that. So I want this to go back to normal. So we'll just spawn in another zoom that is normal. I wasn't doing anything. Yeah. So yeah, you can just mess around with that. But yeah, that's the zoom camera trigger. And do you want it to go backwards? Well, we have the reverse trigger. Just place this where you want to go backwards, and it'll go backwards. I'm also tired of it being right there. Go like right here. Yeah, it'll go backwards like that. But you want the orb there to go backwards? Alright, I guess. Place a orb right where the reverse happens, and then make sure you have like where you want it to go. So like right here. So then when you click on the orb, you go backwards like that. So yeah, you could do stuff like that. That's gonna be it for my tutorial. I'll edit in a decoration tutorial. Yeah, that's for the basics on triggers, alright? So, yeah, there's that. Hello, everybody. Yeah, I'm back. Welcome back. I'm now gonna start off with the decorating tips. I kind of resetted the entire so yeah, here I decided to bring this section up. So yeah, there's this. I'll fix this, don't worry. Yeah, I'm gonna teach you how to decorate and make a good level. So yeah, welcome, I guess. So first of all, if you have music similar like this, you will notice that there is, I don't know how to explain it well because I'm bad at explaining stuff, but like a section that seems empty, that seems like it's about to hit the climax. I forgot the name. Oh my gosh, I need to go back to my reading class. Oh my god, no, but actually yeah, it just seems like darkness and then bright color. So I'm gonna teach you how to make stuff. So throughout with the tutorial that you saw at the beginning with everything on the color triggers, you should know by now how to change the color. So I would recommend setting everything to black, and then set it to the background you want it to be, and the ground too on for what it's about to be. At this point, I might as well just use that one. So it will start off like this. Now there's nothing much, but yeah, I'm making like the middle of a level. So like, yeah, like leave me alone. No, but here is what you need. So obviously, put the camera on how you want it. So like, if you want it to, I want it to zoom out. So pretty much, this is how it's gonna work. The reason why I jumped is because that's where the player is gonna jump. So I'm gonna start off with decorating a spike. But before I do that, I want the camera to zoom out right here. So it's gonna zoom out right here. Yeah, so it'll zoom out right here, and I want the background to change colors. So we'll move white. Is the grid gone? Show grid, yeah. What is going on? Okay, I guess. Did I move this upwards? Okay. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna use the call trigger, and we're gonna make this the background. We want it to be instant, and I want it. That looks pretty good, purple actually. So we'll do purple, and I like the background being like this, but just for tutorial's sake, I'm going to make this greener, and I want this to be ground 2. So yeah, I want this like that, except that we'll make these 0.05, so we'll have some sort of, yeah, just like that. I want it to have a bounce, and then since the player is going to get really close up, I'm going to do these. But you don't want these plain old spikes. No, 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 no. You want custom, cool looking spikes. So here's the tutorial. Grab one of these spikes, the white ones that looks like crystals on the thumbnail, which when you place is fully white. And then you're going to click on the spike and set it to the colors that are the theme of the level. In this case, I'm going to be using like a violet, black, and green. So green, pretty much. In your base, this is the color it's gonna be. I'm gonna put 6 to be green. So like that. I want to see. That's gonna be the outer. So base is a lie. That's detail, and then detail is the base. If that makes any sense. So that goes there, and then 5 will be green again, but like more darker. So it's gonna look like this, except I want it to be the other way. So this will be that, and then this will be that. So it'll look like that. It is pretty plain, a little bit decorated, not much, but yeah, it's just color change. Decoration. Go on here and go to the final view, and look for where you see all these spikes. These are literally just normal spikes, but like they're the exact same thing. I genuinely don't know what's the difference between this and like a normal one. You could not tell me what's the difference besides this one's a little bit more outline-ish. So yeah, don't ever ask me that question. But if you want like a sort of modern type look, go ahead and place this there. Edit group T2, so it's like here, more like, you know, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not gonna explain. Get to here, so it's like that. This is pretty cool. But click on here, and then you're gonna change the color to whatever you want it to be. So in this case, I'll make another color where it's literally just like that color. So it's gonna look like that. That's pretty much that. It looks pretty cool. Let me fix this. This is bothering me a lot. Oh, that's why. This is... Oh. Why did this not go down? I did not mean to make it sync, but it synced, so that's cool. I'll just make it, I'll make the player have to do this. I'm just making it sync, I'm sorry guys. Down, flip. So instead of jumping, you're just literally gonna dash through it, if that makes sense. Barely. I don't want you to jump, so. Yeah, you make sure you hit that, otherwise you're gonna die. Anyways, back to decorating. So if you want a modern spike, this is the best I can do with the style I'm looking for my level. Otherwise, if you want like a cool little shadow type appearance, remove this, and then back in here you will see these. These are together can be pretty overpowered for looks. Obviously, put both of these at T1, and if you're gonna use this one, use it at that one to be T2. Now, put both of these in here, so these will be like there on the top. So this needs to be in the front. Yeah, like that. And then this one, it'll be T3, I guess. So, this is a cool little gradient type design. So, if we disable hitboxes, that looks pretty cool to me. I'm not gonna lie. I like this a lot, so I'm gonna be using it. So I'm gonna remove this, and congrats, you just made a sort of detailed spike. That's some effort, alright. That's more effort than placing a spike. I know that's crazy, guys, right? So yeah, there's that. I'm gonna make the player have to do the triple spike again. And again. And again, it's gonna be a loop. Sorry guys, I'm going insane. Don't mind me. Anyways, we're gonna place a saw. I'm gonna teach you how to decorate saws basically. Because I'm kinda in a rush. Place your saw wherever you want. I recommend these ones that look like they would be with the invisible spikes, but they aren't. And then go ahead and grab one of these. These, I recommend like combining them because I think they look pretty good together. Like that. Like, what the freak is that? I don't even know myself. Actually, forget that idea. Just that. Although I like using this one, so I would recommend using this one in my opinion. That looks cool. All right, in my opinion, that looks cool. So. Yeah, that's basic decoration, but if you want to change the colors, you might as well. So, like that, yeah, that looks, that's a detailed saw somewhat. So, yeah, I'm gonna size this down a tiny bit to like 85 probably, and then I'm gonna scooch that, so you will have time to do this. And then just because I want to do it a loop, we're gonna place another reverse right here. What the freak? No, never mind. Yeah, you can't spam like that, so that's good. Yeah, so like, no, like I want one full spike. All right, so yeah, if you want a basic in the middle of a level, like about to reach the climax type level, this is a good start. Yeah, I'm making. Shush, be quiet, guys, be quiet. You did something. As you can see, the song fades in, and it doesn't really work with the climax. So if I want it to be a climax, that's not how it's gonna work. So I'm gonna take away the fade out, in, and yeah. Yeah, good. The player dies. I don't want them to rush, so yeah, like that. Now, that doesn't work. So like, how would I get back? Like that. Well, like this is weird. Like, so like, how would that work? Well, since the player goes all the way up here, I'm gonna use this. Now, you want to detail your orb, you say? Well, I'm not really good at detailing orbs, but I could try. back here in the saws, there's some decoration. You can use something like, oh, this one. Yeah. This looks interesting, right? Right? So, that shows where the orb is. Let's add some particles. So, in here, no, my bad, no, not in there. In here, the monsters have, click, spawn in this one, whereas the white pea. That, not like the letter, yeah. And then, put this at the center of where you want your orb. Click on, edit special. And then I recommend having a radius. I'm gonna do, how am I gonna do this? Let's do rot sec 360. 360 no scope. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, let's do rot sec 360 and start radius to be like 11. Yeah. No, let's do 12. Yeah, 12. And then in visual, you can customize it however you like. I don't feel like doing that. Oh, actually, never mind. This looks cool. Blue and it's a white, like, that looks cool. An extra to solve this. We can use a little bit of fade in. Oh yeah, but not too much. Like 14. Fade out, we don't want that. Well, actually, yes we do. We want like 14 as well. Now, that's a cool thing. Texture, I don't know. I don't really want any other textures. This looks nice on its own, so we'll leave it. Just like that, you just decorated an orb. So here it is.
What the freak? I died.
Yeah, so, that's how you decorate an orb to be like, oh no. Yeah, this is how you decorate an orb to be like that, so, yeah, this is pretty much the tutorial. If you like this, interesting video, please subscribe to the like button, and I'll see you guys later. If you want me to turn this into an actual level, with the song, I guess I will, but like, you guys have to say it in the description or the comments. Be like, Max, number 1, you suck at geometry dash. Number 2, make it a level, please. And I'm like, all right. Obviously, the player can do this, which they're lame if they do, because like you're not supposed to do that. But yeah. Anyways, yeah, that's the video. See ya.